special good morning, my dear supervisors, instructors, teachers, and surely students. I'm so glad to be with you today in the Syrian educational platform. Let me introduce myself at first. I am Ms. Hiba Haj Khalil, a teacher of the English language from Ahmed Iskandar School in Damascus. Today I am going to start with the new English series, IMAR. We'll start with a lesson from grade 11, which is creativity. When you listen to the word creativity, what comes to your mind? Let's see. What is creativity? So allow me before to see a video about creativity. Yes, let's watch together, please.
The word creative, you might think of a painter, or a playwright, or an author, or a photographer, or a filmmaker, or a chef. In other words, you might think of people who make things. I think it's what we mean when we use a label like creative type. But there's no such thing as creative type. We are all creative, every one of us. We just need a bigger definition of creativity. Yes, creativity involves making things, but it can also mean mashing up ideas in innovative ways. It can mean thinking differently about data and finding unique solutions to practical problems. It can mean hacking systems and tweaking things in unusual ways. It can mean exploring ideas and navigating information until you become an expert curator. It can mean designing systems that empower the creative work of others. It can mean creating change in the world by speaking truth and leading movements and interacting with people. See, each of these creative approaches shape our world in profound ways. And the more we see the creativity all around us, the more we are able to appreciate the creativity inside ourselves.
Okay, the video is over. Thank you for sharing me, watching the video. So when you think of the word creative, or when you hear about the word creative, we may think of a painter, playwright, author, photographer, or chef. Now, we have many meanings of creativity, or many definitions of creativity, like making things, connecting ideas, thinking differently, finding unique solutions. Unique means special, okay, to problems, designing systems, and finally creating a change in the world. So students, dear students, everybody can be creative and everybody can make a change in the world. So inside us, inside ourselves, there is always someone who is creative. Now, we will start the lesson about creativity, but at first we have new words or keywords to know about. Unique. Unique means distinctive or special. Combine, mix, or add together. Innovative. Innovative means create something new or invent something new. Negotiate. Negotiate means to discuss something to reach an agreement, okay? Still discuss until you reach the agreement. And finally, uncertainty. Uncertainty is the opposite of certainty. So uncertainty is being in doubt or unsure, when you are unsure about something. Now, creativity is the ability to join ideas together, okay? To join ideas together in a unique way. So creativity, you can use your skills, your ideas, and your imagination also. Steps to creativity and its elements. So creativity also has elements like innovation, thinking outside the box, mind, idea, vision, imagination, and inspiration, okay? The small 3 steps to creativity are copy, transform, and combine. So combine, as we We have just mentioned before, combine means mix or add together. Human beings are born creative as from early stages on. That means when we are still children, we have creation in our minds, in our imagination. So we are born with creativity. We find innovative ways to negotiate life. Innovation also has elements like ideas, intelligence, solution, inspiration, creativity, and vision. So innovation is somehow close to creativity. Creativity expands means makes wide. Expands our perceptions. Perceptions means our beliefs, okay? Our beliefs or perceptions to produce new ways of problem solving from the simplest to the most complicated ones. So when you are creative, you will be able to solve most complicated problems. Being creative helps you become a better problem solver in your life and work. So when you are creative, you can do well in your life, in your work, in your study, etc. So we have many questions when you solve the problem about who, why. So you will search the reason of the problems, then you will try to solve it. Another idea, creativity helps you see things differently and deal better with uncertainty. So creativity requires the courage to let go of certainty. If you want to be a creative person, you need to be courageous. We often think about creativity as making something. But in fact, the root meaning of the word is to grow. So here we have another definition of creativity, which is not only making something new or invent something, but also to grow. So it means to improve yourself, improve your ideas, improve your life, study in all fields of life. Creative thinking decreases. Decreases means reduces. Negative emotions reduces stress and improves medical outcomes. So creativity has an impact on our health, not only on our life. So it has an impact on our health also. So it reduces the stress and the anxiety. Now, engaging in the creative process builds great confidence. When you are a creative person, so you have confidence in yourself, you will be confident. Failure. Failure is a part of the creative process. Everyone on this earth experience failure. Okay. So we shouldn't give up, we shouldn't stop our life when we fail, but we should continue our life because failure is the first step towards success. There is no innovation and creativity without failure. So failure is the first step towards success. Don't give up. Now, the text is over. We have many questions to answer. First question, why is creative thinking important in everyday life? So, creative thinking is important in everyday life. Every day we use creative ideas. So it's important in our life. Why? Because it helps you see problems from another perspective or a fresh perspective that you can solve them more easily because it helps you solve problems more easily. Now, question 2. How do creative people evaluate obstacles? Obstacles mean roadblocks or difficulties. Okay. So creative people, how they evaluate or deal with these obstacles. So they see them not just roadblocks, but also as opportunities. Okay. So they can pass the difficulties and have a step towards solving problems and become successful. What's the impact? Yes. Question 3. What's the impact? Impact means influence. What's the impact of creative thinking on the quality of life? So how can creative thinking influence our life? It decreases, reduces. It decreases negative emotions. So you won't be sad, you will have positive feelings. You may be happy and optimistic. Now, reduces stress and anxiety. Anxiety means worry. And improves medical outcomes. Medical outcomes, so your health will be better if you have a creative thinking. Question 4, what should we do to be creative? So everyone has creativity inside. So what should we do to improve it? We should use our skills and imagination. So we have to use our ideas, our imagination, our skills, and improve ourselves. We shouldn't waste our time. Okay? So we have a lot of ideas about creativity. Now we will move to grammar. This unit talks about phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, at first, we'll have the definition of a phrasal verb. A phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition. So it's a verb plus preposition. In English, some verbs take one preposition only, just one preposition, like wait for, listen to, belong to, ask for, apply for, depend on, agree with, and so other verbs. Now, some verbs, also other verbs have two prepositions, not only one preposition. So other verbs have two prepositions, like arrive. So arrive at or arrive in. Look at, look for, look up, etc. On the other hand, other verbs don't take any prepositions. So, like these verbs, they don't take any preposition. Like phone, ring you. So I say, I will phone you, not I will phone to you or I'll phone with you. So I directly say, I will phone you, I will ring you, or I'll call you also. Discuss, let's discuss some problems, okay? So an object directly comes after these verbs. Answer, reach, pay, all these verbs don't take prepositions. Now we will move to the tenses. The first unit talks about the simple present and present continuous. So it talks about present tenses. We have simple present. Simple present. What's the form of simple present? Simple present, its form, a subject plus verb 1 and complement. So this verb 1, it will be either a verb to be or a main verb. Verb to be, is, are, or a main verb, we should put s with he, she, it. Sure, when we want to make negative or question with simple present, we should put do or does with main verb. Why do we use the simple present? Now, when we talk about habits, routines, or everyday activities, or repeated actions, so something you do regularly, okay? It's a habit. Like, I often have a sandwich for breakfast, so always on breakfast, I have a sandwich. Number two, permanent situations or stative verbs. Stative verbs, they are verbs that don't express activity. Don't express activity, and they don't come in the progressive tenses. Like, she likes tea. She likes tea. I don't say she is liking tea, so I put it in the simple present. Number three, scientific facts or accepted truths. When we talk about scientific facts, like wood floats on water, like sun rises from the east and sets from the west, etc. And finally, timetables and schedules in the future. So here we are talking about timetables, but in the future. So the meaning is the future, but we use the simple present tense. Like, the train to Aleppo arrives at 8 o'clock. I say arrives, not will arrive. We have many adverbs of the simple present, like always, as you know, always, often, usually, sometimes, frequently, generally, and etc. Now we will move to the second tense, which is the present progressive or present continuous. Okay, it has too many names, so you can call it present progressive or present continuous. We'll start with its form. Sure, we will start with a subject. Then is are, which are verbs to be, plus verb ing. So always after the verb to be comes a verb plus ing and complement or rest of the sentence. Example, I am studying English right now. Uses. Why do we use the present continuous? To express actions happening at the moment of speaking. So it's an action happening at the moment of speaking. What am I doing now? So I am explaining an English lesson at the moment of speaking. So you are listening to an English lesson at the moment of speaking. Also, or another example, I am waiting for my friends, okay? Now, two temporary actions. Temporary, not permanent, okay? They happen for temporary period of time. She is writing another novel this month. This sentence doesn't mean that now, at the moment of speaking, she handles a pen and is writing at her desk. No, I am talking about a temporary period of time. Number three, plans and arrangements for the future. Also here we can express the future by using present progressive. Example, they are traveling next month. So they are traveling to Spain, to Italy, anywhere, okay, next month. Note that next is used with the future tense, but here we used the progressive tense. Finally, to show envy or criticism with words. Criticism means annoyance with someone's behavior. When you don't like someone's behavior or someone's talk, maybe. So with words, we can use these adverbs when you express envy, criticism, or also annoyance. We have always, constantly, continually. Constantly and continually have the same meaning. Also, we have forever, okay? Example, she's always buying new clothes. So I have an envy here, okay? I am envying her. She is always buying new clothes. Here is an envy. Also, we'll talk about the adverbs of the present continuous. We have at the moment, today, now, or right now, nowadays, at present, currently, and others. Now, finally, we have a question about the tenses we have just learned about. Choose the correct answer. I am wanting or want to do some sports activities. So here we should want. We should put the verb want in the simple present or the present continuous. Want is a stative verb. Want is a stative verb. It means that it doesn't take ing, so it comes always in the simple present. So here we solve it as want. So we put want. Want is the correct answer. Number 2, John is studying or studies at the moment. Notes with me. Here we have at the moment. At the moment is an adverb of the present continuous. So we should choose is studying. Okay? Question 3. It's a question. What are you thinking or what do you think about? When I am asking you, what are you thinking or what do you think, it means that you are standing or sitting before me, in front of me, and I am asking you, what are you thinking of, about? So it's an action happening at the moment of speaking. So present continuous, surely. 4, he frequently is using or uses the internet. We have frequently. Frequently is an adverb of the simple present tense, so surely we will choose uses. And finally, you always smoke or are always smoking here. Notes with me. Always is an adverb of the simple present and of the present continuous. Okay. Always with a simple present expresses habits or routines or everyday activities. Always with the present continuous expresses envy, criticism, or annoyance, as we have just mentioned before. So here the sentence expresses smoking. So I am annoyed of your smoking. I don't like that you are smoking. So it expresses criticism. So always here we will choose present continuous. Okay? Yes, that's all for today. So the lesson is over. I hope you enjoyed the lesson with me.